Sim Update 1 is close to a public release. This week we received the fourth installment of the test beta build, which has shown much improvement in performance and stability, which 2024 desperately needs since it was all missing at launch. The latest test build includes the new free Cessna 185 Skywagon from Carenado. We will cover everything you need to know about the build, including the latest updates. When it comes to the feedback snapshot, we will cover what's after Sim Update 1. Let's jump straight into the video. This video is supported by Simbit World. This is the team behind one of the most popular career add-ons in Flight Sim, which is called Pilot's Life 2. Thank you to Simbit World Pilot's Life Chapter 2 for sponsoring this video. A Pilot's Life Chapter 2 simulates the career of a commercial airline pilot by generating your schedules, tracking your scores for your flights, and rewarding weekly according to your contract type and much more. Pilot's Life provides a reason to fly in the sim from A to B while improving your skills as an airliner pilot, and depending on how good your scores are, you can progress throughout your airliner career to higher tier airliners and purchase more aircraft license. With over 575 airliners and over 280,000 real up-to-date routes, each flight and contract will have you experience the virtual airliner career globally, living a pilot's life. A pilot's life will work across all types of flight sim platforms, including a Microsoft Flight Simulator, X-Plane, P3D, and even FSX. Links in the description are where you can pick up your copy of Pilot's Life, and we thank them for sponsoring this video. On Wednesday, the Microsoft team released a new pre-release test build for Sim Update 1. This is the fourth installment when it comes to Sim Update 1, and this build is now named 1.3.19.0, and the additions are included with the build is added profanity checks on call signs and flight numbers in the aircraft configurator, fixed ground textures analyzing regression, improve grouping of the 2020 aircraft with empty ICAO models in the aircraft selector and configurator, and fixed an issue that was causing the fuel type parameters to be ignored from the first section. This build includes some updates to the dev mode, the SDK, and update tools, which is not a real factor when it comes to the day-to-day of the everyday simmer, so I won't include those in detail of the video. This build is much more stable than the previous beta build and includes the Carenado Cessna Skywagon 185, which is part of the Make It Good aircraft. The Microsoft team mentioned in their blog update this week that they're hard at work resolving issues identified by testers enrolled in the beta test program. There is no direct ETA from Microsoft for when Sim Update 1 will be released, but with the introduction of the Cessna, which is traditionally, when it comes to content, Microsoft don't add content into the builds until it's close to being completed, and only a small number of bug fixes included in this build is usually a sign that the build is stable. Also, checking the beta forums, there don't seem to be any real reports of issues with this latest build. In my opinion, I would expect we will receive some information next week on when Sim Update 1 will be released to the public. I don't think it's too far away. That being said, this beta build is still available for everyone to access from all platforms, including the Microsoft Store, Steam, and Xbox. So if you don't want to wait for the public release and you want to jump into the Carenado Cessna Skywagon 185, I'll leave a link in the description below where you can find the instructions to enroll into the beta testing. If you are one of the many simmers that are currently not using Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 due to the state of the sim, but you want to stay up to date with the development, hit that subscribe button and we will keep you updated along with all the third-party release products along the way. Moving over to the latest feedback snapshot and bug list release for this week, there's only a few listed bugs that have not been fixed that are slated for Sim Update 1. So we still got a couple to go. First one is VR mode. When it comes to the Draco X, there is exhaust gases inside the cockpit, which is only on the right eye. Passive income generates to zero income in career mode, which has been resolved on the server side of things, and and this will go live post Sim Update 1. So obviously they're going to do a quick server update and update to the 1.2.7.0 engine fumes visible in the cockpit. All the other listed bugs are still slated for either a fixed for Sim Update 1, in progress for Sim Update 2, planned for Sim Update 2, or in progress with no attached Sim Update, or under investigation with no attached Sim Update. The Microsoft team has mentioned that Sim Update 2 beta flighting will start soon after the Sim Update 1 has been released to the public. From the looks of it, according to the current bug list when it comes to Sim Update 2, it will have more meat on the bones in that update, so to speak, when it comes to performance and update to VR. Sim Update 1 is merely more just bug squashing and stability and fixes to crashes to desktops. Moving over to the wish list, there is no update to the current wish list. World Update Brazil and the Scenery Gateway World Hub are in progress, and from the sounds of it, when it comes to the latest development live stream a couple of weeks back, they are ready to go and will release after the Sim Update 1. Nothing else has been updated for the feature list, but we are expecting to see some updates once the first couple of Sim updates have been completed. The Microsoft team did say they are focusing on the core Sim and making it right again before they'll start adding content. That doesn't mean they're not working on content, and I would expect for us to see a flurry of content or information once Sim Update 2 has been released to the public. In this week's backlog list for the InSim Marketplace, and I'm talking about the 2020 Sim Marketplace because obviously the 2024 one isn't live at this stage. We're seeing a reduction to a total of 251, which is down by 4 when it comes to week on week. Aircrafts are down by 2 to 18. Missions are down to 2 and sitting at 150. Sceneries is up by 7 to 26. Liveries are down by 6 to 6. Airports are down by 3 to a total of 40, and others are up by 2 to a total of 11. This week on the InSim Marketplace releases, we have seen 2 release dates this week in total, and we have a total of 67 new products, 33 of these available on PC and 34 of these available on Xbox. This week we have seen 3 new aircraft releases through the InSim Marketplace. The first one is the Flight Replicas DH60 Gypsy Moth. The next one is the Nemeth Designs UH128, and the big radial Jetstar, which has just come out of its pre-release and now has made version 1.0. They also feature the Jetstar in this week's weekly blog, so if you want to check that out, it is over there. The remainder of the releases are made up of 7 livery packs, 18 mission packs, and 9 airports. If you'd like to stay up to date with the development of the franchise before you jump back in to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 after taking a break because it didn't meet your expectations, hit that subscribe button as we will keep you updated with the sim developments and also third-party releases and announcements. And we look forward here on the Oz Flight Sim channel to see you on another video sometime soon.